911.
We're on Cedar Point Causeway. There was a car accident, a major one.
Okay, Cedar Point Causeway, and where? Just on the causeway?
Just on the causeway near the triathlon area.
Okay, how many vehicles?
Looks like one.
Just one vehicle?
One or two, I couldn't see. You just heard the tires and the friction and the car flipping.
And the car what?
Flipped. It did a 360.
The car flipped it upside down?
Spun.
It spun?
Yes, two cars.
Okay, can you tell if anybody's injured?
We're looking now.
Okay.
Is anybody injured? Yeah, is anybody injured, guys? We don't know.
You don't know? Okay, I'm going to send officers out. You just said Cedar Point at the causeway.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get somebody out there. Can I get your name?
We can't find the driver. The driver just got expelled.
The driver got expelled from the vehicle?
We can't find the driver yet. There's the driver. Anybody here?
That guy just got a little injury now.
We got 911.
Okay, we're going to get someone out there, okay?
Alright, thank you.
Okay.
Control to Brookfield units, reported crash, Bedford Road at the high school. Bedford Road at the high school, 2 cars, unknown injuries.
32 copied.
Station 18 and 51 motor vehicle accident, Bedford Road at the high school. Bedford Road at the high school, 2 cars, unknown injuries. Brookfield units now being advised, 2 cars, multiple injuries, 1 ejection, partial.
16 copied.
911 to fire units responding, being advised, 2 cars, multiple injuries, 1 ejection.
Okay, copy that. Rescue 18, call Rescue 18, Medic 18, and Medic 51, or sorry, Medic 181 en route.
Copy, all units en route. Copy 2216, 1 ejection, multiple injuries. 911 responding fire units, PD's on scene, 1 confirmed ejection, multiple injuries.
16, control possible 16.
Copy, possible 16.
Rescue 18's on location. We have 2 cars. Heavy damage. Appears we have 1 partially affected. Multiple injuries. We'll be out investigating and advising. Medic 181's on scene. 181 on scene.
As you guys can see from the large amount of alcohol that's in this vehicle, there's a really good possibility that the driver of the vehicle is going to be highly impaired. Right now they're removing some of the victims from the vehicle. It's a lengthy process. Black doesn't into doing that. I've personally seen this, and I can tell you right now, this is not a scene you guys ever want to go to. There's a lot of trauma, a lot of emotion that's involved with it. So while these guys are removing these victims from the vehicle, we're just going to let you watch this a minute, and then we're going to go through the process with the driver of the vehicle. What he's doing right now is checking Tim's eyes here. Your eyes respond a certain way when you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And this test helps the officer determine what this person's level of impairment is. When people are impaired, it's actually very hard for them to do this test because your natural instinct is when somebody moves something in front of you is to move your head with them. The test that Officer Bishop now is doing is called a one-leg stand. This test checks a couple things: balance, attention to detail, the ability to multitask, and follow simple instructions. As you can tell by his wobbling state, that there's a very good possibility that he's impaired under the influence of alcohol and or drugs. The test that he's performing now is called the heel-to-toe test. This test helps determine, is able to gauge whether or not a person's able to multitask pay attention to simple instructions, balance. All of these factors are greatly affected by the consumption of alcohol and or drugs. That's what these tests help determine whether or not the person's able to operate a motor vehicle. As you can tell by Tim's obvious condition here, that's probably not the case. You have physical indicators on the scene, alcohol, his condition, and some additions to drinking that have all played into his situation. As you can see, the fire department's removed all the victims from the vehicle, except for the obvious fatality that's on the hood. Typically, that person will stay there until the coroner's office and the other agencies come out to investigate. They're now administering what's called a portable breath test. This test is an on-scene test to give a general idea of what his breath alcohol level would be. This machine does not test narcotics, marijuana, opiates, etc. It just tests for alcohol. Other testing would have to be done later to determine if he was under the influence of marijuana or any other type of illicit street drugs. Tim blew a .205, which is almost 3 times over the state legal limit of .08. Sometimes when you have scenes like this, you'll have a family member come out because they're not really accepting their kid made a mistake. This is Tim's father here. He heard the news from a friend that Tim had made this choice and made this mistake, and as you can see, the consequences don't just affect Tim, they affect the people in the car, the family, your school, and everybody involved. Tim's now being placed under arrest by Officer Bizzov and secured in a police unit for his arrest.
Alright, hi, I'm Dustin. Most of you guys know me. But I have some statistics here. As everyone saw, this was very real. I hope no one took this as a joke. This is very serious. Prom's coming up and seniors are graduating. I hope you guys stay safe. Make smart decisions. Don't do anything stupid. 35% of fatal traffic crashes in 2017 were OVI related. Every day in America, another 29 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes. In 2011, 9,878 people died in drunk driving crashes. That is one person every 50 minutes. In 2010, 211 children were killed in drunk driving crashes. Out of those 211 deaths, 131 were riding with a drunk driver. Kids who start drinking young are 7 times more likely to be in an alcohol-related crash. Car crashes are the leading cause of death for teens, and about a third of those are alcohol-related. Almost every 90 seconds, a person is injured in a drunk driving crash. Approximately 300 teens have died in alcohol-related traffic accidents during prom weekends over the past several years. So those are some very, very strong numbers. And they're not only numbers, they're lives. Those are people, not just numbers. So I want you guys to take this seriously and don't do anything stupid for this weekend. You know, it's one thing to have fun and go out with friends, but don't put other people's lives at risk.
Thank you, sir. Well, thank you for your attendance. My name's Corporal Thompson. I've been with the police department for 20 plus years. Unfortunately, this scene that you're seeing in front of you is as real as it's going to get. If it's any realer than this, then you're in it. If you're in it, you're in one of those. The last thing I want to have to do is go to one of your family's houses and explain to them that either you're that guy or that guy. And trust me when I tell you, I've done it. There's nothing worse than going to somebody's house at 2 in the morning and having mom and dad collapse on the floor when you have to tell them their son or daughter's dead. Nothing worse than going to somebody's house at 2 in the morning saying your son or daughter caused those people to be dead, is now facing a life consequences. These consequences go beyond a simple night out and drinking and driving. They don't just affect you, they affect your families, your future. You guys are all young. You got your whole future ahead of you. I implore you, make better decisions. Those decisions don't just mean alcohol. They mean drugs. They mean texting while driving, distracted driving, reckless driving, irresponsible driving. You guys all been given a privilege. You understand that a driving license is not a right. It is a privilege. It's a privilege that can be taken from you in a couple ways. One, by being arrested and having your license taken from you, or dying. That's your choices. I've known some of the students that are standing in this group since they were little kids, and let me tell you, I've watched you guys all grow up to be great kids, and I would hope to think that some of the role models you have in front of you, these fine firemen, these police officers, the chief of police, have led you guys to make that choice, to make better choices. I do get it. I was your age many years ago. I get it. Make better choices. If you find yourself in a situation where you made a bad choice and you maybe do something you shouldn't have done, call a friend, call a family. Don't be afraid to call your mom and dad, a buddy, and say, hey man, I made a bad choice. I went to the prom party. I did something that I shouldn't have done. Those issues can be dealt with. Those issues can't be dealt with. The consequences of those are final. What would you rather do? Have mom and dad mad at you because you made a bad choice and maybe, yeah, okay, you drank a beer and I'm not encouraging that and I'm not saying it's right. But I would much rather you call somebody and say, hey, I made a bad choice, that small choice, than the inevitable choice you have here. Like I said, a lot of people are out killed on the highways this time of the year because of these types of situations. So take the opportunity to really look at that. Don't just look around and talk to your buddies. Look at that. I'm gonna give everybody who wants to, sorry about that, to actually survey the scene. So with that being said, I'd like to thank a couple people today. Obviously the fire department for the great turnout and the great work they did here today. Round of applause to them, please. Break this thing? Okay. I'd like to thank Watson Stowing for providing the vehicles and providing the resources to get this done and make it realistic as it can be. I'd like to thank our awesome makeup crew. You guys thought that looked pretty good, huh? I'd like to thank all the participants who were involved in the mock crash. They did a nice job. I'd like to thank the faculty and staff for making this possible and having us come out and do this for you guys. Hopefully, one person in this group will get it. If not two, if not three, and that spreads the entire group and get it. I'd like to thank lastly you guys for being here and paying attention and taking this serious. I understand that there's people in the group that probably think this is a joke, but if I reached one person, if what these young men did reached one person, that's one more life we saved. So I thank you very much for your time and good luck in your endeavors. Appreciate it.